back in 2007. Now Duke here, he is 25 years old and he is weighing in at 488 pounds. So he has done quite a bit of growing, but believe it or not, he's not done growing. Sea lions can fluctuate their weights from summer to winter times. In the winter months, they can reach top weights of 600 pounds and even weigh in, or they can even reach top lengths of 7 or 9 feet. But when it gets warmer outside like it is doing right now, especially for the summer months, they will shed a lot of their weight to be able to look nice for the bikini season coming up. Now for the remainder of the show, we will be spending the majority of our time on your side of the stadium. So we do ask for everyone's help and cooperation. And please do not approach myself, Brittany, or Duke at any time. It's taken a lot of training for him to get so comfortable to all of you, and we want this area to remain as positive for him as we can. Good job, Duke. Now, Duke, he is always in training. How we train our sea lions is through a process called operant conditioning. Basically, all that means is that we reward behaviors that we like with things that Duke likes. Duke, he enjoys very much the fish. He also enjoys rub-downs or toys from time to time. And then we simply ignore the behaviors that we don't like. Now, how all of Duke's behaviors started off is with a hand target. That is where Brittany can make a fist. And that is what is our hand target, and then Duke is trained to touch his nose to it. So you may see throughout the show Brittany making this with her hand, and then she can shape Duke's head location by moving her fist from side to side, or even up and down. And then she can also shape his body location as well. So if we wanted Duke to lie down on the ground, where do you suppose she would put her hand? Yeah, exactly, just way down low, just like that, and Duke will follow it all the way to the ground. And so he can remain in a beautiful, this is what we call a dorsal position. Now in that position that Duke was just lying in, that is actually one of the most important medical behaviors that we can train our sea lions. In that particular position, if Duke were to remain calm enough, we can take a voluntary blood sample from Duke from a large vein in his hip region, or even between the digits of his hind flippers. Now folks, we did say voluntary. We cannot make a 488-pound animal do something that he does not want to do. So it has definitely taken a lot of training for Duke to be so comfortable with all of us, especially with needles. Now in this position as well, Duke should remain perfectly calm and perfectly relaxed. In fact, he should remain so and allow Brittany to leave his side. And he should remain calm like that until he hears 2 magic words. Brittany, what are those words?
Good boy.
Good boy, Duke. Now, one of the other medical behaviors that we do like to do with Duke is we like to look at his flippers. You'll notice that Duke uses his flippers for walking around out on land. He uses them for swimming in the water. And of course, he can also use them in a beautiful front flipper stand to support both of his body weight, and of course, he can bust out the dance moves. And he's being a little silly. He's making his trainer look silly. You're not gonna, Duke, are you gonna dance with Brittany? I don't think he's not dancing with you today. He will later. Okay. So if you guys notice, he does have beautiful flippers to a beautiful stand. There we go. Now on the underneath side of Duke's flippers, he does have padding on the underneath side. And just like your cats and dogs at home, and from time to time they can form calluses underneath of them, just like your rat might receive calluses when we walk around barefoot. Same with Duke, he does receive those from time to time, so we do like to look them over to make sure that they haven't cut open overnight and to make sure that he is able to use his flippers. Very good, Duke. Now the next thing that Brittany has to look over, and it's one of our audience's least favorite, but you have to look over Duke's respiratory pathway. One of the reasons how we can do that is we can have Duke sneeze on command into a petri dish, and then we can take that back to the laboratory and look at it underneath a microscope. Now I did say that this is our audience's least favorite, and that is because we do have a snot zone here in the Sea Lion Stadium. So those of you in the front row, there we go. You are sitting in the snot zone. Good. There we go. Good job, Duke. Very good. So those are just a few of the medical layouts that we do like to do with Duke. Now, even though those might not seem all that impressive to you all, it is actually one of the most important things that we can ever train any of our sea lions, because it allows us to take the very best care of them right here at the park. So Duke, I have great news, buddy. You passed your physical. Can you give Brittany some love? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Duke. So the medical behavior that Duke just demonstrated, that is the most important reason why we train our sea lions. Another reason why we train them is for their physical fitness. Sea lions, by nature, are extremely lazy animals. If Duke had it his way, he would just eat and sleep all day long. He would live the great sea lion life. Yeah. So we do like to do things with him to keep him physically fit. So just like you or I might go to the gym or play outside, we do different things with Duke to keep him in shape. We can dance with him if he's willing to participate. There we go. I did mention they are a little bit lazy. He woke up from an afternoon nap. There we go. Another thing that we can do is we can have them sit around in circles, and we can even have them touch orange buoys. Now you might notice that that is currently 20 feet above the water, so we are going to lower it about halfway down. But first what we are going to do is Duke is going to demonstrate a really cool behavior called porpoising. Now this is where Duke will be able to dive in the water in a continuous motion, and he can travel at about 15 or 20 miles per hour. But he's jumping the gun a little bit. There we go. He's trying to show off for you by touching the orange buoy. 2,000 plus. You couldn't resist, could you? Let's try it one more time. We're going to see if he will do his porpoising for you. Yeah. There we go. Now as you can see, Duke can travel like this, and he can go without stopping for about 15 or 20 miles per hour without taking a breath. Duke, are you a little bit more awake, buddy? Yeah. No, it's all right. It's all right. We'll move on. One of the other things that we do like to do with Duke is we like to have them meet new people. That can be very neat for them, something totally different. So for this portion of the show, we do need some help from the audience. So if you are not afraid to be sitting next to Duke, maybe get a little fishy, a little wet. Is there anyone who would be willing to help me out? Great volunteer. Yeah, you guys in the very nice blue pants. I like them a lot. What's your name, sweetie? What is it? Alex. Have you ever met Duke before? You saw him? Okay, we haven't met him, correct? No? Okay, good. All right, Alex, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you sit down right over here. There we go. Now go ahead and do me a favor, Alex, and sit up nice and tall, but face the audience. There you go. Now, Alex, do you have any idea what you volunteered yourself for? No? Do you trust me? Say yes. Okay, good. You just volunteered yourself to get a big, wet, fishy sea lion kiss from Duke on the cheek. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Whoa. Brittany? Yeah? Uh-oh. Is that what I think it is, Brittany? Okay. For those of you that don't speak sea lion, Brittany and I speak it fluently, so I'll translate for you. Alex, he just told Brittany that he no longer wants to kiss you on the cheek. Instead, he wants to kiss you on the lips. Is that okay? What? Look at that face. Oh, Alex, are you sure? Look at those big puppy dog eyes. You can't say no to him. It'll be real quick, I promise. Something you will never forget. Okay, yeah, we convinced her. All right. All right, Alex, go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Now, you are going to point your body so you're looking at Duke. There you go. One more thing, sweetheart. Go ahead and, first of all, tilt your head all the way up towards the sky. All the way. You need to get a nice, clear angle of your lips. And then my last word of advice, keep your lips closed. This is a family part. All right, sweetheart, get ready for the best kiss of your life. Thank you so much, Alex. You can go ahead and have a seat. Now, if anyone else is interested in getting kissed by one of our sea lions, we will be holding a picture session afterwards, and you can see Ryan in the sound booth for more details. Alex, what did you think about your smooch? Smelled like fish. Probably because he's eating about 20 pounds a day. That might have something to do with it. Dude, what did you think about your kiss? Oh, there it says dashing sea lion smile. Alex, this is his dashing sea lion smile he's been working on. You made him one happy sea lion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Duke and Brittany have been working on their relationship for a very long time. And they have been working on that relationship, and it's built on a lot of love, a lot of trust, but you probably already guessed it, a whole lot of fish. Like I said, he is eating about 20 pounds of fish a day, and it is all restaurant quality fish, so he is not a cheap date whatsoever. Only restaurant quality for this guy. So with that being said, how many of you think that Brittany can ask Duke to hold a fish in his mouth and not eat it? Would you guys like to see that? Maybe like you in the red shirt, that's awesome. Thank you so much. You're a soul believer. All right, Duke. You got a lot of convincing to do. Do you think he can do it and hold that fish, please? Yeah, you guys can clap for him. That takes a lot of self-control. Alright. Now, this is where the trust part comes in on Brittany's part. How many of you now think that she can approach Duke and take that tiny little silly fish out of his mouth? We got like 5 believers now. 2 believers, yeah, 2 o'clock crowd, my goodness. Duke, show everyone a sweet boy out. Can even bring it right back to her. Good job, Duke. Very nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Duke here, like we said earlier, is a male California sea lion. But you will never believe how many times we hear people calling them seals. They are commonly confused because they are in the same family, but they are completely different species. Duke, what do you think when people call you a seal? Yeah, I know. It's kind of embarrassing. Everyone on this side, what do you think when people call you a seal? That's exactly what I thought. So Duke does insist on every show to go over some differences between seals and sea lions. The first difference that we're going to go over is a very subtle difference, but it's in their toenails. You may notice that Duke has 3 toenails located on his hind flippers, but they're in the middle of the digits, not on the ends like you or I would think, like our fingernails. He only uses his for scratching and grooming and looking very nice before each and every show. Now, seals, on the other hand, they have nails on all 4 flippers, and they are located at the ends of the flippers just like our fingernails, and they can use theirs for self-defense. And it also is a very good way that they can climb around on the ice floes in their environment. Duke, will you show everyone, how do you fix your hair each and every morning? How do you do it? Very nice. I think you can see he gave himself a nice little mohawk. Very good, Duke. Now another difference, and it's one of our favorites to go over, but it is in their necks. Sea lions, just like Duke, have very long, stretchy necks, whereas seals have stubby necks. So we have a sea lion and a seal. Sea lion, seal, sea lion, seal. Duke, and not Duke. Very good. However, even though Duke has a very flexible neck, so do seals, and they can stretch their neck all the way back and touch their nose to their back. There we go. Good job, Duke. Now that might seem uncomfortable to all of you, but we actually find Duke sleeping in that position quite often. So if he can sleep like that, it must not be all that uncomfortable. No, not at all. I myself don't sleep like that. I'm pretty sure Brittany doesn't sleep like that either. If any of you do, please stick around. We would love to see if you are that flexible. Now another difference that we like to go over is in their flippers. Duke has very large triangular shaped flippers, and he has a small body type in comparison. You saw earlier how he is able to walk around on all 4 flippers, and that is because he has a rotating hip bone, so he is able to tuck his hind flippers underneath of him. Seals, on the other hand, they don't have that hip bone. Their hip bone is fused together, so they can only move by contracting their stomach muscles and scooting along the ground like an overgrown inchworm. This is Duke's very adorable seal impression. And then, of course, the last difference, and in my opinion, is one of the hugest differences, but it's in their ears. Sea lions, you'll notice, they have external ear flaps on either side of their head. Looks similar to Shrek's ears. Everyone, you can say, "Aww." I get to use the tree today. Yeah, thank you. Seals, on the other hand, they don't have those ear flaps. Their ears are internal, so all it is a tiny little pinhole located behind their eye. So if you are looking at a sea lion, you will definitely notice the ear flaps on either side of their head. Very good, Duke. So ladies and gentlemen, the next time you encounter a seal or a sea lion, whether it is at another zoo or aquarium, or if we are lucky enough to have you come right back here to Golf World, you will now know that Duke here is a sea lion. Very good. You got it right. Well, this is bringing us to the near end of Duke's portion of the show. But before he goes, he has been working very hard on some of his great dance moves. So we are going to get one of his favorite tunes playing over the speakers. and gentlemen, clap your hands together to the beat and give Duke some encouragement. Dolphin stars in just a minute. But before Duke goes home, he does insist of one last thing, and that is, of course, blowing a kiss to all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have another round of applause for Holly, Brittany, and Duke. They did a great job for us today. Now, as Holly said, please stick around. In just a moment, Brittany will be back out on stage to introduce you to some of our Dolphin stars.